Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
So now we are in the panel discussion related to this subject, spirituality and health. Synergization of spiritual wisdom with New Age remedies. If you observe the present trends, 3 years back, I was sitting in a square in the city of Istanbul, watching people going by. So many women from Middle East with burqa on, a plaster on the nose, white plaster on the nose. So many people have found, especially in the traditional side of the city. Later I inquired, what is going on? They said, the Arab women of the Middle East are very much fond of rectifying their noses. They are undergoing plastic surgeries. And I was just talking in my deliberation on that day, the father of Indian rhinoplasty, Sushrita, a surgeon, thousands of years back, he is called as father of Indian surgery, father of rhinoplasty. He is the one who did rhinoplasty in those days, thousands of years back, when the instruments were not really so sophisticated and all. And so many remedies, even for example, if you see malaria drug, the word malaria came from Latin mala air. Mala means bad. People used to think that the fever and the body pains and the chills, what is called as malaria, came through bad air. So in India, bad air, right? The bad air is always taken into negative way. And because of bad air, the diseases have come. So that's why the disease was called as mala air. Later, in the city of Hyderabad, that Ronald Ross discovered the parasite Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium ovale, and noticed that it is because of Plasmodium parasite malaria has come. So now the disease name malaria has not been changed. Still it is treated as malaria due to bad air. So those days when there was no knowledge about germs, no knowledge about bacteria, virus, fungi, spirochetes, and so many other pathogens, people are able to treat. People are able to do surgeries. The ancient healing wisdom is tremendously high across the world. So here with Eshira Heart, I am asking you a question. How this ancient system, for example, sound healing you are talking about, the sound healing has been there, what we are now calling as binaural beats and so many other terminology. The terminology may be different, but have been different. But the sound healing has been there in many parts of the world. The temples were major healing sources. The vibration of the temple, the sounds that are made in the temple, the worshipping places across the world, be it pyramids of Egypt, be it the temples of India, be it the old temples of Rome and elsewhere, the Stonehenge area and Eastern Islands, maybe the Machu Picchu area, all the temples, they have used crystals, they used worship, they have used prayer, they used meditation, they used sound as a major healing method. So what happened to all these ancient methods? And now in the present world, if the disease has to be treated, either a pill has to be taken or he has to be injected. Either enteral or parenteral, remedies need to be there to have a total and real cure. So how to actually club all these ancient remedies and the new age systems? Eshira Heart, the question is for you.
I am so excited that you asked me this question, because I felt so inspired by Dr. Is it Paredes? Paredes or am I saying it right?
Paredes.
Paredes. Okay. I was so excited when you talked about
Dr. Paradise.
Yeah, paradise. That could be paradise easily. Yeah. I was so excited hearing you going into hospitals and bringing holistic medicine into those places, because for the longest time it has saddened me deeply to see so much damage and so many lives lost from the medical model. And I actually have a vision that we have so many ways of healing the body naturally, obviously through right diet, through drinking really clean water, through avoiding chemicals on our skin, and through moving away from technology and frequencies like 5G, 4G, EMF radiation, observing all of that. And I have a vision that how would it be to create an internationally accessible hub, you could call it a health hub, where every holistic doctor who has had any success with healing cancer, with healing any kind of disease, registers their successes. And every patient who has been under those doctors also shares their testimonials, their experience, what worked for them. And it's a living library, and it's updated all the time, and it's accessible to everyone. So you mentioned earlier about education, educating our minds to live more harmoniously, to live more healthy. We're not educated in the mainstream to live well. And in fact, a lot of the food we are sold is not healthy. But if we know that we have better choices to make, then, if we are educated from something like that, it's internet accessible, I think this would be amazing. And it could be a growing hub of all practitioners, all oncologists who want to switch over to treating the body, naturally. It could be this growing education for everyone involved. One place to go. That would be my prayer. And it could be a place of such inspiration and maybe such a relief for so many doctors, because they don't want to be drug pushers anymore. They don't want to be, cutting open bodies where it's unnecessary, and other options are available.
Yeah, thank you very much, Yeshira. Thanks for your views, and thanks for your interest to have such hub. It's already being created, is under process, and we are already a part of it.
I feel that. So, thank you.
So we'll come back on the convergence of what you are speaking about, and here with a question with Michiko Hayashi. Yes. Michiko, the legacy and the saga of Masaru Emoto has been flowing into the world through you and so many of your friends. The knowledge and wisdom that has been brought down through this wonderful being. Now, he has made such a magnificent discoveries from the element of water that the coming generations need to research much more on the water element as a healing agent, and having it as having healing properties, lot of healing properties. And the organization of the elements, organization of atoms and molecules with the vibration, the thoughts, with the emotions, how the configuration of the atoms and elements do happen. All this has been a very great research. So this great research has to enter, in fact, entering already into the healing circles. But what happens is the present medical scenario, as I was talking in the session 1 discussion, is much governed by different elements, non-healing elements, but business elements.
It's a business
elements take lead always or govern the medical profession. Mm-hmm. Medical profession, be it modern medicine, be it complementary medicine as well. The business model is actually damaging the profession of healing. Let me use the word profession of healing instead of medical profession. Professional healing includes all the doctors, healers, and therapists altogether. So all the complementary, supplementary, and mainstay therapies of different modalities of treatment come into this umbrella. And we already have energy body medicine, like in the form of pranic healing, Reiki, Jinshin Jitsu, Shiatsu, so many types of osteopathies. The world has so many types of therapies existing already. So with this in mind, how this configuration of atoms and molecules and elements changing with the thoughts, attitudes, feelings, and the environment, even prayers, how the configuration, reconfiguration, how the harmony of the world actually create the real homeostatic mechanism of the body.
Right.
Homeostasis is already a self-regulatory healing mechanism within each one of us.
Mm.
How this external harmony leads to internal homeostasis. Is there any link between the outer harmony that we are creating in form of the healing through the healers of different forms, different modalities, different diversities? How do they affect the internal homeostasis, harmony versus homeostasis? What is your take on it?
Harmony. Harmony is something that through water crystals, Dr. Emoto was saying that harmony is made when there are more than one thing. Just one thing, when there's only one thing, you do not resonate. When there are two things together, they can resonate when they are very pure. So harmony can be made when we are resonating with everything around me, around us. That way, that brings homeostasis. So I think it's an education. We have to know that we are water, and also we have the choice of how we want to. One important thing for me is for everyone, if right now we're going into prevention of diseases. So using vibrational technology, we can prevent getting diseases. Now, after becoming diseased, we have to help them and heal them. But right from now on, we have to learn how to stay well instead of becoming diseases. So now from holistic way, we have to put everything together. Modern medicine, Eastern medicine, vibrational medicine, the sound medicine, everything needs to become together, and every single person is different. So there are different ways for people to be healed. They have the choice. And that's the resonance. When they feel good about choosing this way to stay well, or choose this way to heal themselves, that's the choice that they make. But before that, we need to educate people what is the cause, how we can stay well. In other words, what is the cause of the diseases? Food, water, air, medicine, pharmacy, the business, money. The pharmaceutical companies are the ones that are making people, giving people diseases, polluting people by giving medicine also. And medical doctors are, at the beginning, when they wanted to study to become the medical doctor, they wanted to cure people, help people. But as they study for so many years, they are educated in a wrong way. Also, they have the strong connection with pharmaceutical companies. So instead of really healing people or treating people, they go off the track. So we have to educate every single citizen, people, including medical doctors, so that we know that I can heal myself. I can stay healthy. And how? That's what we want to share with everyone.
Thank you, Michiko Hayashi. Thank you very much. Yes, education is very important. See, every medical doctor in the very first year of medicine across the world, they take the oath of Hippocrates. Hippocrates, who is called as the father of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
No, what the world is practicing is basically the Western medicine or modern medicine, whatever you call it, allopathy, whatever you call it. So they take the oath of Hippocrates. It is a 10 commandment. In these 10 commandments, all the ethics and etiquette of how a doctor should be once he attains a degree or a qualification to practice, all the ethics are there, unfortunately on paper, unfortunately for taking oaths. But if it is implemented, I think it would be, the world will be a different place, definitely. So the inculcation of this medical ethics and practice etiquette, that is very, very important. Okay, anyway, we will discuss further more about all these things, not only in the World Parliament of Spirituality, but in the coming years as well. So, John Wong, I have a question for you. Hearing your story of becoming blind and coming out of this ailment in a miraculous way, many people, as Michiko Hayashi was stating, it is because of food. Medicine itself is a wrong thing. Environment, water, so many factors are there. But for me, disease is basically self-attracted. Like in English, we say, I caught cold. Cold doesn't catch me. I go and catch cold. The saying is perfect. I caught cancer. Cancer doesn't catch me. I go and catch. That means I am attracting the disease. Why? It appears to be very funny and ironical, but the fact is we attract. Why we attract is for self-pity. I am very busy since morning dawn to dusk, mother of 2 children. I would rear them, clean them. My in-laws are there. Self-pity, lot of self-pity. Lot of intention to attract empathy and sympathy. Attention-seeking attitudes. All this put together can turn a person attract variable number of diseases from common cold to cancer. It's all self-attracting nature, including death. Death is also a form of disease, ultimate disease. Terminally ill, the final disease, ultimate disease, which is taking away our physical bodies, is also a form of disease. Though we don't die as a spirit, but not having physical body itself is also a disease. Becoming old is also a disease. Becoming senile, imbecile is also a disease, which comes through age. So what is your take on it? From the aspect of disease as an entity, or as a frequency, which we are self-attracting. Are we not doing all these things? Are we not attracting diseases? If we are attracting diseases, why are we going to the healers and doctors to get cured, where the root is inside already? Over to you, John Wong. What is your take on it?
I guess most of us understand that the higher the frequency in the science of somatic, the more organized will be the structure of the molecules of the vibrations. The lower the frequency, the more disorganized it is and less orderly. How we as humans perceive ourselves and the world is a form of vibrations that we are creating. And we are fractally creating the policies, the food, even the relationship we are creating. We are creating everything based on how we perceive the world. And the only way to improve or to increase the vibration is to evolve in how we perceive ourselves and the world. So that kind of half answer your question, that if we can able to heal ourselves, why do we need healers? Because many of us have blind spots. That's number one. Because right now we are in the time and space that we are not at that level to fully perceive that we are creating what we are creating. Intellectually, we know, but we're not becoming one yet. Intellectually, we know many things, but we are not becoming one yet. So that generates blind spots among healers, ourselves, and people around us who need our help. That's number one. So we are here not to heal or cure anyone. I guess in the world of healing and spirituality, we know this. We are not here to declare we can cure and heal anyone. We are here just to remind them and to get into that correct process. Number two, which is linked to number one, is the world has to move towards a higher vibrations that we no longer need to make money. There are many competitions even among the holistic community where business is concerned. So that creates another layer of illusions for healers themselves and also to the people who seek their help. Is it really a bad thing? It's not really a bad thing, but it is an obstacle for the development of every one of us because we are now entrenched the need of money. But while saying this, we are all moving towards that in future, we do not need money. We will need how we create life as a form of critics, how much value we can give to the world and the universe. So right now we are one step in the new and one step in the old. There is no solution. I just have to deal with it. We just have to bear with it while having the awareness that we are moving towards a future whereby the world itself is as one entity. It has to wake up as one entity, but even though it has many, many bodies, it is a process of moving together. I guess that's the best reply that I can try to for you. Thank you.
Thank you, John Wong. Prince Jehovah Mohammed, one question for you.
Question? Oh.
Yeah, I'm questioning you.
Question?
Blessings. You bless
Blessing.
people, right? Yeah.
Yes.
How do you think really the blessings work?
What?
How do you think the blessings do work? Because
blessing. Because
yeah, please do
the
work.
blessing
Because
really,
all the diseases are there because of their attitudes.
yes, long time
All the
ago,
diseases are.
if I have the negative.
Just a moment, please.
When I have the negative, when the
Just a moment, please. My dear Prince, one moment, listen, please. I'm asking you.
Yes.
The diseases are one's attitudes which are physicalized. All the diseases are wrong thoughts and wrong emotions and wrong belief systems which have become embodied.
Okay.
So when they have attracted all these diseases, how do the blessings really work on them? Because they want the diseases. When they want the diseases, how do the blessings really work? They don't want to be healed deep down. They don't want to be healthy deep down. They don't want to change themselves deep down. They are living, they want to live with their own rotten thoughts, rotten feelings, and rotten belief systems. In this scenario, how do you think the blessings of any Swamiji or a mullah or a murshid or a rabbi or a priest can really work? What is your take on it? You got my point?
Yes. Be
Could you understand
myself
what I'm saying?
little bit. A little bit because myself is a blind light, the blind light. Only had a light. No matter how you do, I never think. I directly to touch you blessing. You only push out. Whatever you are bad or not bad, already have. You already directly good. No matter they bad, automatic good. You know, this is why I born is a light, the morning star. This is energy, the light. I always looking. This is a long time ago. No matter they how, what did they worry, what did they owe, what did everything, what they want everything in the heart, already have morning star. This is why a long time ago, I born baby, I already here. This is war time. 30 years. Many helping because I don't care about it. They have anything, no matter how, crying. They only the touching the light and give them more than and move wisdom and knowledge. This is why already have a lighter touch. That's why I no answer anything. Up everything to me. I always bright light to shine. They're calling blessing, peace,
Thank you, Prince
grace.
Muhammad.
That's all.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So,
I
yeah.
blessing from my family from India family. My long time ago coming from India. My great grandmother, great
Yeah, you told me.
grandfather coming from Singapore, Asia. My father in India Empire, India colonial. This is why they touching peace war, second war. When I born, they want me touching because they can see the true limb. They cannot see the everything because they waiting. The light, someone light coming and bless them. Until now, they already know I'm a spiritual wonder boy. To move out everyone, the King Solomon. This is why I like to shine. Touch them, no matter the
Excellent.
answer.
Your Excellency. Yep. Thank you. So, yeah, John Wong, one interesting point is
I will
John Wong.
pressure, we pressure only Ama Wai Ching for Royal Empire invite me coming. If not, I don't want. Because I don't want some my word, language word, my touching word, and talk word vibration energy to the light to shine.
Thank you. So, John Wong, disability management and spirituality is one very important subject. And
I
you
don't
have
have manage, I don't have energy. I don't have go to.
John Wong. Disability management is one very important subject. You know, this subject has to be addressed from a spiritual perspective, and we opened a wing. You know, when we started the first World Parliament on Spirituality, we had only 13 themes. For a period of 3 years, we were just contemplating about how to structure this event and what should be the themes in 2012. From 2009 to 2012, we were only working on themes. The last theme which was added is spirituality and disability management. So one doctor from India, so he emphasized, chased after me, chased after the team to include this theme, disability management. This is a very important theme. I want all the healers, doctors, the physiotherapists, and who are working on the disability management. You know, so many children with autism, so many with cerebral palsy, so many with birth defects. So many types of ailments since birth and acquired diseases, so many acquired diseases, not only congenital, but acquired diseases, even so many malignant conditions, so many traumatic conditions, so many inflammatory conditions, so many conditions are causing people much more disabled, impaired, they are unable to give full functions. So this wing is very, very important wing. I was sharing the link of council member of the World United. We have got a very special wing called Spirituality, Disability Management. Please sign up. We have to find all the people who are working from your angle, disability management across the world. From every country, we need people who are working on spirituality, disability management. Please sign up. This is a personal invitation, not only to you, John Wong, also to Ishira, also to Michiko Hayashi. What I'm trying to say is, we are all working from our areas. We are traveling. We are educating people in various ways, very sincerely. It is not only our passion, but profession as well. But all our isolated activities need to be under one umbrella, need to be integrated, need to be collaborative, need to be on a unity consciousness basis. For this, we created a wing called as the World United Doctors and Healers Association. I requested so many people across the world to sign up for this wing, Doctors and Healers Association, the global wing, continental wing, a country wing, depending upon the responsibility that you would like to take, depending upon the passion and how you would like to feel and fit into this model. Please sign up. I'm going to leave a link on the chat box. Please take it seriously. And Ashira Hart, also same with you. I invite you very personally about this council membership, about how we can actually integrate all these things. And health as one umbrella has got many, many, many branches. To unite itself is a big task. Spirituality health has to be united with spiritual education, because one area growth cannot be isolated. It has to impact, it has to affect the other dimensions and developments of the world. Science and technology per se cannot develop without spirituality. Spirituality per se cannot be improved with the help of all the mundane sciences and arts. Everything is interrelated, interconnected. It's all interdimensional. We're all multidimensional beings. So several dimensions need to be integrated. So for health division, integration alone is a very big task. And at the same time, this division of health has to be integrated with other divisions like environment, health, youth empowerment, politics, good governance, women empowerment, arts and culture, science and technology, business and management, interfaith unity. All these themes also need to be integrated. So herewith, I'm leaving a link here. Please sign up. And the last question, please step forward to answer how these healing therapies, healing modalities can become much more popular. The so-called complementary medicine that we are calling as complementary. Complementary means something is main and we are complementing that as an adjuvant, as a sister concern, as a supplementary aspect of it, not as main aspect of it. When actually meditation, correction of one's own attitudes, by way of staying calm, by way of bringing tranquility, alone is a single most factor to stay healthy. We have got different forms, diverse modes of treatment to keep this person healthy. So so-called modern medicine has to become supplementary medicine, and so-called complementary medicine should become mainstay of medicine. Because ancient days when allopathy was not there, allopathy came only 100 years back. All these 1900 years or even before, different traditional systems of healing methods have been in vogue. So that should become the mainstay of treating a person or keeping a person healthy. And modern medicine should only help exclusively from, as Dr. Romy was telling, acute aspects, traumatic aspects, terminal illness aspect, palliative care aspects, surgical aspects. These are the four very good things of modern medicine. So excluding these four important things, all other things, all the chronic diseases, for example, I was talking about systemic lupus erythematosus. There are so many types of chronic disorder which doesn't have any answer from allopathy. There are so many sclerotic changes, degenerative changes. so many autoimmune disorders, so many metabolic disorders, so many endocrine disorders, so many malignant disorders which doesn't have a permanent answer in the medical field. So the complementary medicine should change its direction, should make a real shift to stay as mainstay of treatment, and modern medicine should help by way of these 4 areas of development. So I would like to hear from each one of you without without actually taking the names, be it Eeshira, be it Michiko. Please, someone step forward and share your insights, please.
I would like to go first. I think for integrating everything, I love your idea of allopathic taking a side, a sidestep to not becoming the main way of healing the body naturally in many ways, and one thing that has guided my path these past 20 years working with sound is asking really good questions. The better we ask the questions, the more we can be guided by the divine, and the more we can be brought every piece of information that is needed to integrate. And if we had an international healing hub like you mentioned, then we are able to put in place all the herbs that heal this challenge, and etc. etc. And the thing that I find with my work, I also emphasize for every client who steps through my door, what is your mindset? Do you think you can heal? If I said to you, I always ask the same question: do you feel like you can heal a bone in how long do you think it's going to take? 6 to 8 weeks, most people say. And I say, okay, what if I say 4 weeks? Is that possible? And they're going, oh, okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll trust you. And yeah, 4 weeks. But then I say, what about 2 weeks? Is that too much of a leap of faith? And then maybe that's uncomfortable already for them. Or did I say a week? Or then I say 2 days. Like, people have healed themselves either instantaneously or within days. So mindset is key, and I loved what one of you said, I forget which one it was, my apologies. We are on the threshold of between victim and co-creative. Victim is life is doing it to me. I don't choose. I can't control health in my body. I'm not aware of my choices or how they affect me. And co-creator is, I'm aware, oh, if I put this in my body, I'm going to feel sluggish, or my brain's not going to work properly, or I'm just going to suddenly crash out on the couch, and realize that on long term, that is going to have an effect. If I go to the garage and buy an expensive sports car, and the guy says you're going to put specific engine oil, distilled water in the radiator and special, diesel fuel, you're not going to shove pizza down the petrol cap. And it's that same idea. So we have to look at it in a multi-pronged approach. And I'm also guided by another question: what is the best choice here? And like I think Dr. Paredes said about, some ways of treating the body and is not going to be the same for others, but it's all about empowerment, and it's all linked to spiritual awakening, because the more we tune in, and Michiko talks about consciousness and mindset, and thoughts. It's like the more we empower ourselves to know that we can heal our bodies. We created it as a gift. Anyway, John was saying this, we created it as a healing opportunity. It's actually a gift for awakening, and it's call, like, listen, like, are we listening? What's our body telling me? What's my spirit telling me? Oh, it's telling me to slow down. It's telling me to give up that job. It's telling me to stop having that relationship with this person. It's toxic for me, or I'm not spending enough time in nature. It's like humanity needs that shift of returning back to the earth and seeing we have everything here. And if we keep trashing our own backyard, I mean, it's the definition of insanity. So, questions, the power of questions. This was coming from when I trained with Tony Robbins. it was doing a course with him. You know, he said the quality of your life depends on the quality of your questions. And it's something that has guided me for the last 20 years. It's been so inspirational, that one thing.
Yeah. The quality of the questions is dependent upon the quality of the quest that we are all undertaking. So question came from the word quest. Inner quest leads to the question, deeper questions. Thank you very much, Ishida. Thanks a lot. So what do you, Michiko Hayashi, you have anything to say about the same thing?
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's just like I said, I know that we have to all integrate everything together. It's not anymore just a Western medicine anymore. Western medicine is just a small part of the whole medicine. We should combine everything together, and each person should select what they feel, which way they feel comfortable. But before that, we need preventive medicine to stay well. That's education. And also we should go beyond money or business. It should not be business anymore. Business was what really destroyed health, earth, every being. We already have everything, and we should know that air is for everyone. Water is for everyone. That means we should be sharing everything with everyone, every being. When we share everything with everyone, every being, then we are living here on this earth in harmony within and with everyone. So that's what I would like to share. And that's what we actually learned from water. Water, when we study water, water is the mirror of our heart, of our mind, of everything. And water is sacred. That's why in every religion, they use water to purify and to cure. And water can be used as a medicine and as a poison also. That's what water really is. Water is also God, because water is the messenger of God. So God is providing everything we need to, not just for human beings, but all living beings on this earth. That means if we share everything, if we share our knowledge, if we share what we have everything, and we're happy, and we can live in harmony with everyone on earth also. Okay.
Thank you, Michiko. Actually, yes, Jesus Christ told the rivers of water should flow through the cauldrons of your belly. Is what he's told. You know, belly, the belly button, the bone which supports the uterus, the water element is called a sacrum, which came from Latin sacred, the only bone out of 206 bones in the body which is called as sacred. So that is representing the uterus, the source of where we have been for 9 months, and also the water element, the Swadhisthana. That's where the bladder, uterus, and all the water element, stores or gets reflected. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, Michiko Hayashi, and I request Dr. Romy to make some conclusive remarks about how we can actually move forward with the help of these councils.
Okay, maybe I can share. People say that maybe we can build the complementary or the holistic or traditional modalities. The world could be a better place. I disagree. If we believe Atlantis 45,000 years ago, it has perished because of the way they think has degenerated. The technology they are using are holistic, are based on nature as well. And also in our ancient civilization in China and India, for the past 10,000 years, wouldn't they use natural therapy? Yes, but look at the dynasty that has fallen after dynasties. The problem here is not the modalities or the techniques. The problem here is the evolutions of the consciousness of people. If the evolutions of the consciousness of the people do not improve, even if we were to use water, like Michiko has said, water in the ancient 5 elements are one of the highest form of healing, which needs no technicalities, but just your spiritual power. It can destroy you, it can also heal you. So that is a very simple answer that ultimately is how we think and our personality. If our personality and how we think can further improve, even the current Western medicine or the allopathic medicine we talk about can create greatness to the civilization now. It's like money. It depends how you use it. Our consciousness can direct it to create itself in many different dimensions and many possibilities. So ultimately, it's our consciousness. If we were to believe that right now that integrating holistic therapy will help the world to become a better place, I would not agree, because first the consciousness have to improve, then the physical will follow. Thank you.
Thank you, John Wong. You are our Saint John for us. For us, you are Saint John, I'm saying. Okay, thank you very much. So yes, Dr. Romy, kindly, we are waiting for your conclusive remarks on how we can move forward, how these councils are going to help us, how we all can be a part of the council in a massive way, how we can do it. Over to you, please.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Yugandhar. And it's been a pleasure listening to all of you this whole afternoon here in the Philippines. How I wish medical schools are like this. That our topic is like this. We listen to people like John, Eeshi, Michiko. You know, it's very wonderful. And I agree to all of you, especially to what John just said, that whatever because we've been trying to do it here in the Philippines, and then at some point we gave up. We cannot. I used to use the word radical, revolution. I used those words before. I was a little bit of an activist until I got stressed myself, and eventually realized that it should not be instead of a revolution, it should be an evolution. And the highest level is evolution of human consciousness, because whatever structure we build, whatever hardware we infuse into the present systems or softwares, whether it is allopathic or complementary or making complementary mainstream, if there is no evolution of the human consciousness, then it will not be sustained. It will just be temporary. That's why I hope and believe that our energies, our vibrations, all combined together, all united with this very beautiful platform, the World United, will, quantum physics, whether there are just how many, 8, 9 of us here in this Zoom room, but it is, it will, the vibration here will reverberate beyond borders, beyond races, beyond religions. So let us, yes, we educate people, but the focus should be on conscious transformation. And that's why I wrote a book with many years ago called Transformation Medicine, Pathways to Becoming Your Own Best Doctor. In fact, during this pandemic, my patients realized that what I've been saying all along, that You don't need a doctor unless it's an emergency. Unless you have a gunshot wound, you need to go to the emergency room. So that's we need those. You know, we need Western medicine for acute problems, which is they are very good at. But for chronic, you know, we need other systems. But then again, John is very right in saying that without conscious transformation, it will not be sustainable, whether it is complementary or alternative or holistic. It won't be sustainable. So it has to begin within all of us, and it's beginning to happen. Conscious transformation is beginning to happen in more and more people. I think we are beginning to move towards the critical mass of conscious transformation, and I believe this pandemic have even pushed people more into that conscious transformation. So I'm very happy to be all of you this afternoon. Thank you.
So thank you very much, dear speakers of this session, to day one of the World Parliament on Spirituality Asia chapter.